Let's queer up the USA view. New survey shows censorship efforts at libraries are soaring. According to a recent report by the American Library Association, last year book bans and attempts on book bans spiked in the U.S., reaching record levels. The ALA revealed that 4,240 books in schools and public libraries were targeted in 2023, a significant increase from the previous record of 2,571 books in 2022, marking the highest number recorded by the association in over 2 decades. Notably, 47% of the challenged books centered on LGBTQ+ and radical themes. While the total number of individual challenges decreased slightly to 1,247, efforts to censor numerous books concurrently surged, the highest in Florida and Texas, driven by conservative groups like Moms for Liberty and websites such as booklooks.org and ratedbooks.org. Deborah Caldwell Stone, director of ALA's Office for Intellectual Freedom, emphasized that every attempt to ban a book undermines the fundamental right to choose and access diverse literature, hindering the voices of marginalized communities. She expressed particular concern over the escalating challenges in public libraries, which now account for 40% of all recorded incidents, a significant increase from the previous year. In the incoming month, the ALA will reveal its annual compilation of the most frequently challenged books. Maya Kobabe's graphic memoir, Gender Queer, has held the top spot for 2 consecutive years, accompanied by other controversial titles such as Jonathan Evison's Lawn Boy, Sherman Alexie's The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, and Nobel laureates Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye. Well, book banning. I mean, that's not new, is it?
Mm-mm.
You know, that's been going on since the day of time. But, you know, I mean, I'm not surprised in our current state, you know, what we're going through in terms of all this. I just keep hearing about, you know, everything that's being taken away, you know, from the young people getting to learn about, you know, the LGBTQ+ and other cultures, you know, and this is just their attempt to just stop that.
Well, and when has the suppression of an idea ever worked to eliminate that idea? The suppression, you know, that kind of active suppression just brings more attention to it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
When I was, I don't know, probably like 11, 12, realizing that I was gay, the library was like the first place that I went.
Yeah.
And you know, I couldn't find like any real sort of queer books, but getting rid of those books is not going to change anything. No. All I needed was one Men's Fitness magazine or one Sears catalog back in our day to get that confirmation.
Those pages were sticky, honey.
Oh dear Lord!
But they're not
My
even
mother watches this.
They're not even really. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's a hideous thing to do in terms of restricting freedoms, but it's also just not going to work and accomplish the end that they want.
Yeah. They're not talking about high school or public school libraries. They're talking about just regular libraries.
Right.
How we can even go along with this, and it's so anti-Republican. Which is the weird thing, is that it's about personal freedoms and rights, which is what they're constantly harping on. Mm-hmm. And like how they can square that away with, you know, allowing us as adults to be able to read books. Like, it's the most insane thing that I've ever heard. And none of this will stand. Mm-hmm. Just like all of the laws that they're trying to architect in an effort to subvert gay and lesbian people and trans people, it keeps blowing up in their face because it's blatantly unconstitutional.
Right.
So all you're doing, as Mark is saying, is you're just putting it out there for all of us to read and to make sure that every kid with a rebellious streak in them is going to start reading it. So thank you.
Exactly. Because I just learned how to read, and I'm very interested in these books now. Like, I wasn't even going to read these shits before. I was going to stay on my phone, but now I want to read some books.
We can tell.
Wig is all up in my square.
Oh, my God. Good. It deserves
okay.
Don't throw shade if you can't get it.